You trying to put it on the consent agenda?
Good evening. This is the Transportation Committee meeting for the Parish of Ascension. It's February the 18th. And roll call, I believe everyone is present. Mr. Arsenault, would you do the invocation of the pledge for us, please?
Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us here safely together, God. We thank you for Ascension Parish. We thank you for the opportunity to serve her and her constituents, God. We pray that you would bless these discussions and decisions, and that we would have a great evening together. In your name we pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Brad. Okay, public comment, if there's anything that anyone would like to comment on that's on the agenda tonight, there are red and green cards over here by the two gentlemen on the side. Just take one of those, fill it out, and return it back to them. The next thing, general business, Transportation Department report. Mr. Helms?
All right. Thank y'all again for meeting with us to discuss what's been going on in the Transportation Department over the last couple months. We're going to give you a brief update, and then I know we've got a couple other action items that we're going to get to, so we'll try to make this quick as possible for you. Let's see. There we go. Just a brief agenda of what we're about to talk about, and we'll just get right on into it. Active projects with DOTD with Ascension Parish. Both the Parker Road roundabout and the Church Point roundabout are officially complete. We are going to be requesting approval of final acceptance for Church Point at this meeting, and likely at the next meeting we'll be doing the one for Parker. But punch lists are complete. The projects are in the process of being closed out, so they're open and operational. We will be putting a bid out for roundabout lighting at Church Point, and we're targeting spring of this year to go and get that started. There's a long lead time for lighting material, so we wouldn't expect it to get constructed this year, but likely in 26 we'll see street lights out at that intersection. The Ascension Parish overlay project, the punch list is now complete. We're continuing to monitor the roads for surface defects that will be addressed during the warranty period. And then the 929 overlay, actually the contractor addressed Palmetto Lane, Aikens Road, and Madison Avenue, and the box culverts yesterday. So they only have permanent striping left. So that project is also getting very close to being wrapped up. Additional DOTD projects that are in Ascension Parish, Airline Highway that was overlaid from Highway 74 to 42. Barrier, the contractor, is addressing some final punch list items. They still need to do permanent striping, raised pavement markers. They're shooting for a spring completion for that. Highway 70, the twinning of that project towards the Sunshine Bridge. The traffic was swapped into the new lanes here in the last couple weeks, and they're going to be working on rehabbing the existing lanes that were there prior to the project, with that project wrapping up in 2026. Highway 44 widening and the roundabout at Loosemore, the drainage is complete. Asphalt work beginning this month, and they're still expected to complete sometime in the fall. It's a little bit of a rough go through there right now. The contractor's aware of it, DOTD's aware of it. They're staying on top of that. Just we can ask for just a little bit of patience through that. We'll get through it. Highway 30 at Tanger, that project is still ongoing. Still targeting a late 2026 completion date there. They are getting close to closing out 1A and then moving into 1B, which will complete the roundabout at St. Landry. 943 on the West Bank, drainage work has resumed after a layoff of work, a layoff through the harvest period for sugarcane. They're back at work, estimated completion in late summer. And this is one of the roads that's on the road transfer program. So we will be taking possession of 943 once the contractor is complete. Additional projects that are ongoing, they're building an extra turn lane at 61 to 427. They're doing drainage work as we speak. The estimated completion is by the end of the year. Highway 44, they're doing concrete patching. That's a night project. So you won't see a lot of work during the day, but do notice from time to time driving down there that they are doing the concrete patching. They will be complete with that in late 2025. Highway 30, the overlay from Veterans to US 61. The milling is complete and the asphalt is in progress. I know that they're working just recently at the intersection of 44, and they were working there near the intersection of 61. But they're still targeting an early 2025 completion of that project. Highway 431, the VLR Canal and Drainage Bridge replacement project, they're south of 42 and Fred's. They have both temporary bridges in. They're working on the detour road. I would not be shocked if by the next time that we are talking here that the detour road is open and they're tearing out the old bridges. And then Highway 928, I know this has caused a little bit of concern in the community when the contractor went out and put up message boards saying that 928 would be closed. They're only doing nighttime closures in that section due to the amount of traffic on it. They will be doing drainage work during the day, but anything mill and overlay is going to be done at night, so any lane closures will be at night for the time being. They are raising the grade in the S-curve over Gem Bayou. That will likely require a closure for a little bit of time, but we're going to try to time that, or DOTD is trying to time that with time that school is off. So we don't anticipate the significant impacts to traffic for that one. Upcoming Move Ascension projects, 929, 930. We are working on the advertisement package right now to hand off to purchasing. We're hopefully going to get that done this week. It's in my court, so that's what I've been diligently working on this week, and get that out for advertisement by the end of the month or early March. Church Point and Roddy, like we had talked about, going to shoot for an advertisement in March 2025. The Bluff Road Connector Project, which is the road that will connect Bluff Road and Highway 73 south of Sebro. We've signed the just compensation offer for the last property. Looking for an advertisement in mid-2025. It depends on how the property negotiations go. When in 2025 that goes, but we do expect a 2025 project there. 929 Broke Causey, we're working on utility relocations. We're looking to advertise that in 2025. Bro Road at Germany, the utility relocations are nearing completion and could potentially advertise that in the summer. We will need to coordinate with Bro and Causey because both will require some closures for some time. Not, complete closures. We're going to, not try to do that anymore. But we will have to coordinate the two because there will be closures and we could end up trapping folks in. So we're aware of it and we're going to stay on top of it. And 929 and Parker Road widening, we're currently purchasing right away on Highway 929. They're working on relocation of utilities, and that will be advertised in 2025. And this is a project that we're working on in conjunction with the school board. Additional Ascension Parish projects, asphalt overlay and reconstruction. The contractor has the contract. We're waiting for execution there. We have provided the roads and quantities for task order number 1 to start that process. Hopefully that will be kicked off by the time we meet next, hopefully sooner than that. But we are hopefully going to see work on that here before too much longer. And then we're doing a bridge replacement, working with the city of Gonzales on North Toby Avenue. The road actually closed today, so we are removing the bridge and replacing with box culverts. We're expecting the work to last between 6 and 10 weeks, and residents may use 44 to 938 or other surface streets to access residents and businesses and parks. It's a full closure of the road, so you can't go all the way through, but you will have access to every property in there. You just won't be able to cross the bridge for a little bit. Remington Drive, this has kind of been on my radar a little bit since the time I started here. This is the road that connects Pelican Crossing and River Ridge. At some time within the last decade or so, there was a request by Pelican Crossing to sever that connection. and that was approved by a previous council. And what they have done is they put a fence across that road to block traffic. But one of the things that they've also done, so they've put up this fence to block traffic. We've got a stop sign and some object markers up there. But on the other side of that fence, which you wouldn't see from the Remington Drive side, is they built a fairly large planter on that side. So personally, I have a concern about someone driving through that fence and hitting a block wall and getting seriously injured because they can't see what's on the other side of that fence. So we are talking with a surveyor, and we've been talking with administration about the possibility of removing this road from our system. It's a very short road. There's not any access to any lots off the side of it. So it would basically be just us pulling up a small section of road to hopefully inhibit somebody from ending up at that fence. So we're not ready to move forward on that just yet. We've been working with a surveyor to get us a plat of revocation. We just wanted to kind of put this on your radar because we'll likely be talking about this in an upcoming meeting. During our last few months, we have partnered with Violytics. It's an intelligent data collection and road management system. We had been working with Capital Region Planning Commission for quite a few years about getting conditions of our roads. The only downside of that is we were only getting those condition updates between every 5 to 7 years. So when we did our road list this past year, we were using data from 2018, 2019. A lot can change between 2018, 2019, and 2024. So we had been, kind of looking for a solution that we might be able to use. Violet has kind of dropped into our lap. It is, instead of, a huge upfront cost and buying equipment and vehicles to do the road's surface measurements, this is being done from your cell phone. You can mount a cell phone to your windshield, drive the route. It picks up road condition, sign condition, potholes, manholes, drainage features. It really allows us to capture in real time asset management for our transportation system and for our drainage system as well. We've also talked with them. They came down and met with us about 2 months ago. And there was a request for them to even see if we can use this for our drainage ways. They could be, well, it's not really driven, but, a boat, goes through maybe before a storm to see a before and after. That would help us with, FEMA paperwork and getting reimbursed for those things. So we're currently working on this. We've got 3 folks out of our transportation department that are riding the roads. We started back in January. We've got about 35% of our roads done. We were going to try to get that done during our slow, our quote unquote slow period, where there's not a lot of construction traffic during the winter. So we are steadily making progress on this. We're excited with what we see, and we think it's going to really be a huge benefit to the parish. And Mr. Cunningham?
Thank you, Daniel. So, like I start off all my reports, I want to thank all the employees that I work with for all the hard work they do. I also want to thank 2 people that are kind of behind the scenes that never really get the recognition, and that's Miss Paquita Seymour and Miss Misty Burke. We appreciate everything they do for us. So with that, I'm going to move forward. So this was a Debate Road bridge. Bridge was it was starting to get dilapidated, and so we went ahead and just redecked the whole top. The top section was bad, and our crews went in there and replaced the whole deck and gave them a new surface. This is Mimosa Lane. It was cracking up pretty bad, so we went ahead and had an overlay done on it. And also, this is H.H. Wilson Road. This one had a bridge that we replaced with box culverts through the state program. So they resurfaced it, and we just continued on with that with our crews and redone that one. Also, we had a winter storm come through, so we had our guys out sanding bridges. Did an excellent job. Over 75 bridges we did in one day, spreading sand throughout it. We'd done that in coordination with drainage, with Jade Robin and Davin Duplessis' help. We all came together and knocked these out. And that's basically what sums up my report. Anybody has any questions? Thank you.
What Treg failed to mention is they came in on a holiday to do those bridges, right in front of the storm that happened on Tuesday. So we're very much appreciative of our guys, kind of giving up their time to serve the parish. They do a great job, and we are greatly appreciative of what they do. So yeah, they came in on a holiday to do that work, and no complaints. Got no complaints from residents or citizens about the work that was done. We tried to keep the bridges open during that snowstorm. It's going to be a little hard to keep in front of it when we get 6-7 inches of snow, which we're not really used to. But they did a bang-up job.
Yeah, it'd been shut down way more if it wasn't done, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the state went through and they pre-treated all their bridges, and the interstates were closed way longer than our roads were closed. We had our roads back open and running, a couple days after the storm, and it was the weekend before the interstates opened back up.
Wow. Okay, is that it, Mr. Helm?
That's all.
Mr. Helms and Mr. Cunningham, thank you very much. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate that, very much. I wasn't here in town when the storm happened, but I heard that Ascension was much cleaner than everybody else around us and up and running much faster. 4B, acceptance of roads into parish maintenance system. Mr. Eric Poche?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. We've got subdivisions or roads in 3 subdivisions that are through with their 18-month bond period. The roads were inspected. Any damages or faults that were found in the roads were repaired by the contractor or developer. And we've got roads in Windsor Park subdivision, Clare Court subdivision, as well as Belle Savon Phase 3 that's in the rear of Belle Savon. All of these subdivisions have the infrastructure development districts on them, so there will be a millage assessed for the maintenance and upkeep of the roadways. And we just ask that you move forward with the acceptance.
Okay. We're gonna need to approve them all individually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I asked beforehand.
Not a consent? Right,
Okay. Somebody want to make me a motion to approve?
motion.
Okay, motion,
You gotta read them.
Windsor Park.
Windsor
Yeah, you
Park
got-
Drive and Windsor Park subdivision.
Motion approved.
Second.
Any objections, discussion? So approved. Queen Street, Windsor Park subdivision.
Motion.
Any objections? Okay. Parliament Drive, Windsor Park subdivision.
Second.
Second.
Okay. Any objections, discussions? Okay. Next, Monarch Street, Windsor Park subdivision.
Motion.
Second.
Objections or discussion? Everybody's quiet. Duchess Drive, Windsor Park subdivision.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion or objections?
I'll take a sip of coffee.
Castle Drive, Windsor Park subdivision.
Motion. Second.
You woke up. Any discussion or objections? Okay, Clare Court subdivision.
Motion.
Any discussions or objections? Okay, Belle Rayen Drive, Belle Savon, Phase 3.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion or objections? Belle Park Avenue, Belle Savon, Phase 3.
Motion.
Discussion or objections? Belle Creek Avenue, Belle Savon, Phase 3.
Motion. What, oh, second.
Any objections or discussion?
Just letting y'all handle it.
Okay,
Y'all don't want that?
so, thank you, Mr. Poche.
Thank y'all very much.
Okay, general business 4C, final acceptance of the Church Point and Roddy Road Roundabout Project and the Move Ascension Program State Project H.006459, Richard Price Contracting Company LLC.
Motion. Second.
Any objections or discussion? Okay. General business 4D, approval of servitude agreement between Ascension Parish Government, APG, and Ascension Parish School Board, APSB, to grant an all-purpose servitude of parcel 1-2-A-1 as depicted in Exhibit A attached, and approval for Parish President Clint Quintmall to execute the agreement.
Motion.
Discussions or objections?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Thank you, everyone.